In the
Three
beginning.
WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
Man, I can't, bro. Cheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlyn is dominant.
When I was on that stage press conference, I kind of got emotional a little bit, like, wow, I'm back here again where I started, and just how Stephanie White was speaking so highly of me. Like, I'm like, this is where I need to be at, and this is where I belong, and I'm just so happy to be able to come back and handle some unfinished business.
Nobody wants to play for the Indiana Fever. Remember when Cheryl Swoopes said that?
People in the Fever were like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
So
new
like
shit's
it's
going
a
on
lot.
around there.
It's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
People inside the Fever organization were like, wait, what? That's not true at all. Yet Swoopes made it seem like players were running away from Indiana, like it was a place no one wanted to be. But here's the thing. Natasha Howard just made Swoopes look completely ridiculous. Not only did she choose to sign with the Fever, but she also came ready to defend Caitlin Clark and shut down the haters.
Just really excited to also play with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, like the player that, you know, that I also say stuff on the court to them when I'm like playing against them. So, but I'm happy that I'm playing with them, not against them no more.
Howard is not just any player. We're talking about a 3-time WNBA champion, a former Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the most well-rounded stars in the league. Last season, she was one of only a handful of players to average 18 points and 7 rebounds. So why would an elite veteran like Howard actively choose to team up with Caitlin Clark? And how is she firing back at those trying to discredit the Fever? Let's break it down.
Yo, what's up, fans? You know, I'm happy to be a Fever. You see me? See me? You see me? You see me with this on? Yeah, I'm back, baby. I'm back where I started. Let's go.
Remember back in April when everyone was lining up to tear down Caitlin Clark? Cheryl Swoopes was leading the charge with that infamous quote, saying nobody would want to play in Indiana. Well, that narrative just got destroyed, and the basketball world is still trying to process the impact.
What kind of things do you feel?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay, but just
I'm talking about more social media.
Okay.
It's a turn.
Right?
It's a turn, right? It's really a turn of the tides.
Well,
right.
Gil, here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw it.
For months, critics like Swoopes kept pushing the idea that veteran WNBA players would do anything to avoid the Fever. They painted a picture of experienced stars actively avoiding Indiana because of the Caitlin Clark hype, the media frenzy. They tried to make it seem like Clark was bad for the team.
3 WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
Man, I can't, bro. Cheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlyn is dominant.
But then something happened that none of those critics saw coming. Natasha Howard, 3-time champion, a Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the most respected veterans in the league, didn't just join Indiana. She chose to return to the very team that drafted her in 2014, the same organization where she first started her professional career. That wasn't by accident. During her press conference, it was clear Howard wanted to be back in Indiana. She said, "I just feel like I'm supposed to be here. I'm happy to be back where I started. And for my family and friends, seeing me back in an Indiana Fever jersey, it's special." This wasn't just any free agent signing. It was a statement, a direct rejection of the Indiana is toxic narrative. And Howard didn't hold back. She made it clear why she came back. She had options, plenty of them, but she chose the Fever, and she's here to win. Then there was this moment. During her introductory press conference, Howard was handed her original Indiana Fever jersey from 2014. It wasn't just a contract signing, it was a full circle moment, a reminder of where she started and how far she's come. And Howard wasn't an afterthought in Indiana's offseason plans. From day one, she was their top priority. As Kelly Krauskopf, the Fever's general manager, said, "We had two goals this offseason: re-sign Kelsey Mitchell and bring back Natasha Howard." But what really destroys Swoopes' anti-Indiana narrative is Howard's own words. She said, "I just wanted to be in a place where I'm truly appreciated, and that was Indiana." She wasn't forced to sign here. She wasn't out of options. She had plenty of choices, but she saw what was being built in Indiana and wanted to be part of it. And here's where it gets even better. Howard and Caitlin Clark, they're about to be one of the most dangerous fast break duos the WNBA has ever seen. Howard's nickname is Flash because she's a fast, explosive transition scorer, and now she's teaming up with the best passer in the league. Clark's vision and passing ability will make Howard even more lethal. Howard couldn't hide her excitement. "I can't wait to run the floor and catch those passes," she said, because she knows exactly what's coming. With Clark feeding her in transition, Howard is about to put up career numbers. But Howard isn't just bringing offense. She's also a defensive powerhouse. She was Defensive Player of the Year in 2019 and has been a defensive nightmare for opponents for years. She's got a 7-foot wingspan, making her one of the most disruptive defenders in the league. Last season, Indiana struggled defensively. Now, with Howard in the mix, they just got a massive upgrade. Let's talk about the Fever's insane offseason. They didn't just add Howard. They also brought in Dewana Bonner, a champion and elite scorer; Sophie Cunningham, a knockdown shooter with playoff experience; Sydney Colson, a 2-time champion and veteran leader. This team didn't just add talent, they built a championship caliber roster. So let's be real. Swoopes was dead wrong. Indiana wasn't struggling to sign players. In fact, they had one of the best off seasons in WNBA history. Now, the only question left is, how soon will they start winning championships? Are you excited for the Fever's new era? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the next video and we'll see you soon.